A lot of the work that I do at the foundation, I feel like I started because there was a need. We need people, we need volunteers, we need people that have been there. And once I've had PNH for a while, I was able to overcome a lot of the adversity. Now I thought to myself, if I had someone when I was going through this to call and just to vent to, or to just have someone that was going through the same thing as me, or that knew where I'd been, because in the town of Kearney, Nebraska, 27,000 people, school not in session. No one knew what I was going through. When they said, "I know what you're feeling," they had no idea. It's very alone when you get a rare disease. It's you're very alone. You're very isolated. And I just thought to myself, well, heck, if I can be that guy for one other person, two other people, a couple people, heck, that would be worth its weight to me, volunteering any amount of time that I had to. And since then I've been able to connect with so many people, so many patients. I'll get calls. I one time got a call from an Alabama number. No idea, I might be a telemarketer. I answer, hello, and it's a gentleman who just got diagnosed with PNH, was a military guy, big fight fan though, and he knew me from when I fought in the UFC. And he thought, my goodness, this guy has the same thing I have. I don't know anyone else that has what I have, but he does. And I think it's kind of lifts the spirits, gives hope, and just overall, for me, the satisfaction of just knowing I helped at least one person is more than enough. More than you could pay me to do. God put me on this earth to show people how to battle with their will. My twin brother and I, we were born about 3 months premature, and they gave us about a 20% chance to live in 1985. I don't think my brother had lungs at the time, and so they were giving him like the drugs and stuff to get him well. And funny enough, here we are today, and my twin brother Jake is a welterweight in the UFC, perennial top 10 guy in the world, which is pretty cool. So he does it full time now. Me, I have a full-time job too, and I have 2 small children. And so fighting, my wife calls it a hobby, but they do pay me pretty decent. So it's kind of a fun hobby that pays you to do it. And so it was rough to start with. I know, my brother and I had plans to take over the world together, and to be successful and to do it together, kind of a thing. And when I got sidelined and basically was not able to compete, that was probably the biggest blow to me. I was also engaged to be married at the time, and so I kind of gave my wife an out and said, I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm not going to, no shame in wanting to, have some stability with a guy that, doesn't have PNH. But she hit me pretty hard and was like, don't talk like that. And so I married her. Everyone's going through some adversity, whether it be disease, whether it be hate, whether it be, financial woes, whether it be death in the family. I mean, everybody has something. And if they can look at me, an average Joe in the UFC, and see he is overcoming his adversity, he's defying the odds, he's proving statistics wrong, if he can do it, I can do it. And I think, that's a lot of my motivation to continue to do what I do. These conferences are amazing because you connect with people that are on your level. And we see different demographics, different age, different gender, but at the end of the day, you've been through the same thing, and so there's a joy in there, and there's joy with empathy, I suppose. My wife is a registered nurse, and so she kind of has an idea with blood counts and different things that I go through, but at the same time, I think she sees me as dad, as husband, as lawnmower, as housework guy, not as PNH patient, and I think that's actually a good thing. I think when you get labeled as such, it gives you a crutch. And like I said, I couldn't live with myself if I were to give up when the going got tough. And I gave my daughters an out. I said, well, Dad gave up. How do I combat that? I don't. So how do I nip that in the butt? I don't give up. I stay the course. I do what's right, and I let them see and not just hear, the model that we want them to be a part of. And my brother, I remember one of our conversations we had, my twin brother Jake, it was pretty deep, but he said, we came in this world together and we're leaving together. And that was something that really, resonated with me. I thought, man, he's worried about it, but he knows I'm not going anywhere. God put me on this earth to show people how to battle with their will.